Luis Enrique's PSG tactics, can we recreate them in eFootball? This video will have a different format. Because we've worked on multiple PSG videos before, we will see the team setup at the beginning, then analyze one full division match, with the inclusion of flashback analysis of the real PSG so that we can clone how PSG plays. We will use the same setup as the in-action video. Out wide 4-3-3, attacking on Mendes and Hakimi, and deep line Dembele. Except that we don't need to be limited by Dembele's playstyle anymore. The opponent's formation looks scary, but it has few midfielders. If we can get through the first line of press, we can maintain possession without much trouble. We turn on attacking level 1 to press aggressively like PSG does, and accelerate out wide's relatively slow-paced attack.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Luis Figo, now there's a class act. I can't disagree with that. Well, he loves to roam across advanced midfield positions, but his most natural position is...
We play Vitinha as a central CMF instead of DMF, because if we look at his role in real life, his movement area is not fixed at the central position. He gels the attack and becomes an available passing option for teammates high up the pitch as well.
He uses a very clever brain to go and create. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass. They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
How does PSG create 1v1 opportunities for Kvaratskhelia? Nuno Mendes plays a key role. Mendes rotates with Kvaratskhelia, and when Mendes makes a run, Kvaratskhelia can attack with two options. One would be to pass a through ball to Mendes if the defender chooses not to track. Two would be cutting into the space created by Mendes, dragging away the defender.
Disappointed with that pass. They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Throughout the match, we will analyze defensive decisions and study how to press with a high line. Here, Maldini presses Gullit to prevent him from turning and sending a wide through ball because Mendes is still running back. It's risky, but it limits Gullit's time on the ball. Alternatively, Maldini could have left his man and covered the wide man. The key is to find a balance between limiting the attacker's movement and protecting the space behind. Just like how Marquinhos presses Diaz because he knows no other attackers are unmarked.
That's what you call inspired goalkeeping. Yeah, he was well placed.
Deep line Dembele defends in the midfield. So after PSG regains possession, he can naturally initiate the counterattack by starting his run in the midfield position.
Place to deal with that. Oh, good read. That's great positioning. So good from him.
With attacking level 1, we can counter-press aggressively before our players move back to their natural defensive positions. Hakimi is heavily involved in attack. It's better to win the ball high so the opponent can't go one-on-one against Marquinhos, like Diaz in real life.
Good from him. Fernandez.
Dembele predicts the opponent's passing route and intercepts this pass.
Dembele.
We can see how high Vitinha is again.
He's free. He has got space. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. Paris Saint-Germain for 1-0. 1-0. Just one. Paris Saint-Germain are in front now. The game's only goal.
Vitinha has the freedom to move high because Neves is like a bodyguard who is kind of like the Gattuso of Pirlo. But he's also very good on the ball.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting...
Even though my Dembele is a goal poacher, we can manually back dribble to build up the attack and bait the defenders.
Options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all.
Maldini is in a similar situation, but this time he backs off because Gullit already has so much space to turn around. If Maldini pressed, he could have overcommitted, and a situation like this PSG mistake could have occurred.
Nicely weighted ball. He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Fernandez. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Chance here to counter. That's a decent ball. And that That interception was most necessary. That was well bought.
When we play a false nine who is good at passing, we should expand our vision and look not only forward but also wide to spot open teammates running from behind.
That was well played, well stopped. Forced to go back. And it's made its way to him. Can he finish?
This is a good case study of how to improve our scoring chances in the attacking third. Most of the time, like when we have the ball wide, the instinct tells us to send a cross into the crowd. But if we look at PSG's goals, Hakimi and Kvaratskhelia both didn't aim at the front targets, instead passing towards the back target. When the front targets get all the attention, a cutback pass towards the back options can open up better scoring angles.
He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
Oh, good effort. Oh, the ball's run loose here. João Neves running with intent.
Vitinha presses Nedved because Nedved doesn't have any options except for passing it backward.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
He might be in here. Kvaratskhelia. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Kvaratskhelia!
This time Marquinhos presses because all other options are well marked.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Nicely intercepted. Hakimi. Bergomi gets over and intercepts. And that pass just didn't quite work.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Vitinha, who's set up one goal so far. Zanetti makes the interception. And the referee has signalled for half-time.
Good result coming here.
Paris Saint-Germain are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. And we are back underway.
Again, we expand our vision when we have a false nine.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Nedved. Figo. That's too far for anyone. Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain
Really do like their passes from deep.
Another back dribble and distribute wide example play.
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Nuno Mendes.
Two key points in this play. One is that we should constantly look at the minimap to spot open players on the other wing. Second is that every time Mendes makes an underlap, the opponent has to take a gamble. Going back to the pass or cut indecision.
Pull it. Collier.
This time my players are aware of wide runners and choose not to overcommit.
Figo. Figo. That could spell trouble. And this is Pullet. Fernandes. Dembele. Fernandes plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now, can they get him away? And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Here.
Number 14, Desiree Doué. Number 17.
And they win it back again.
Out wide allows our wingers to attack with very high verticality, especially during transitions.
Picked it up out wide. just about came out on top, but they
This is a good press by Maldini because everyone else is marked.
were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit
Mendes
stupid.
is more like a wide CB who forms a back three in build-up, attacks high when needed, and focuses more on marking the winger.
Or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
The weakness of having Vitinha as a CMF is that it can leave the center backs exposed. That's why Neves has more defensive duties.
Number 22.
Hakimi attempts a clearance. Neymar. Hakimi. And it's McAllister. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Gullit.
This time Maldini's press fails, so the cursor is switched to Mendes to protect the wide space.
This is the time you need that pace.
Zanetti. Great vision. Gullit receives it in a wide position. It's a throw-in. Zanetti delivers. Now it's Neymar. That's going wide left.
One-on-one dribbling, making the opponent guess whether you want to cut in or keep going deep.
Doku! And it's been given away. He's on it. Fernandez! There first. That has been knocked clear. He's had it taken off him. Marquinhos.
There will be
It's
1
Hakimi.
minute added time.
Counter-pressing, winger high,
Been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
then aiming at a back target. Just needed a bit more luck.
And with that,
Thank you so much for watching. Will you try PSG's tactics in Division?